Hey guys, it's TeamNoSkill, and I have a new deck report for you guys today. It's going to be a budget machining Megacolony deck. So let's get started. Our starter is Machining Little B, the best starter for machinings. Its skill is an act. It's a forerunner. Put the tune into your soul. If you have a vanguard, if you choose another of your regards of machining, and its card name, stand it and put it into the stall. And if the unit was stood this way, it gets plus 3k power, which is really nice. So onto the triggers. We're running 8 crit. Every trigger is machining. So this crit skill is when it's placed on the rear guard, counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards and stand it, and then you choose one of your opponent's rear guards and that unit can't stand next turn. During a snap phase. 4 draws, and we have 4 of the new machining heal, which looks really nice. So on to the grade 1s. So we have 4 10k when they attack. We have Vanguard Machining plus 3,000, so 10ks. No, everything's like a quarter so far, or 15 cents or lower. Except for the crit, the vanilla crit, it's like $1 for some reason. 4 PGs, I swap them out. I really don't have to buy any more PGs. Flippers are nice though because it's kind of less heavy. 2 machining Caucasus. When an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle that is unit boosted, a unit with machining, you can choose one of your opponent's units and it can't stand during the next snap phase. So this applies really good early game pressure. And then I'm running 4 of the new grid on. I'm still testing it out. I like it. I like it. It's been really helpful. Machining Cricket. So its skill is rest. Rest it. Choose one of your opponent's units in the same column as this unit. And that unit cannot stand next turn, but this card can't stand during your next stand phase either. It's good and bad because it's a double-edged sword. So this card, I'm still testing out builds. I usually swap them out with these. I'm still testing out builds, like I said. I do have 2 more limit break enablers. So I'll explain that later on. So on to the grade 2s. The best grade 2 that Megacolony Machining has. Machining Mosquito MK2. So its skill is if you have a Vanguard's Machining and all of your opponent's units are rested, it gets plus 2,000 power, and an on hit, if it hits Vanguard, you choose one of your opponent's units, stun it, and stand one of your rear guards, not himself. But if you have 2 on the rear guards, you can stand them and get like insane attacks off. But it is once per turn, like it says right there. Now we're running 4 Machining Hornet MK2. When this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a Vanguard if your Vanguard is in Legion, it's not one of your opponent's units. And we're running 3 Machining Tarantula. It is counterblast 1, but I like it because it applies really good early on pressure. Because it makes your opponent want to guard, because they don't usually want to take the hit. So this behind, this is really scary. Because if it hits, you can counterblast 1 to stun 2, basically. So, the Legion Mate. I'm still trying this card out. It's from the new set. It's not that great. Its skill is counterblast 1, stand every copy of himself, and they all get plus 2,000 power. Only downside is that he doesn't stand during your stand phase, which makes him super counterblast heavy. I think it's only good like against the mirror match. Other than that, I don't really see it that useful. But I still want to try it out because I just like the artwork. So on to the grade 3s. Oh, I just noticed the music stopped. So we have 4 Machining Tarantula MK2. And it's Legion Mate's the grade 2, obviously. Hornet MK2. So its skill is when it's unit drive checks a Vanguard of itself, so him or the mate, counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and stun it, so it can't stand next turn. And its other axe skill is Soul Blast 2, Machinings, and stun one of your opponent's units. And then we're running 4 machining stag beetles. These are like 50 cents. Everything's like 50 cents so far, or like a quarter of the grade 2s. The mate is like 50 cents. So his skill is when he's placed on the vanguard, choose 2 cards from your soul, spit them out, and spit them out as a rest, and he gets power to whatever their attack numbers were. 2 Megacolony machining. I'm also trying out this card because I personally like it a lot, even though it is really bad. Hercules. This is why I can switch out the enablers every now and then. So, oh, it's blurry. Limit Break 4, when he attacks Vanguard, if all of your opponent's units are rested, he gets plus 10,000 in a crit. His other skill is Soul Blast 1, rest all of your opponent's units, he gets plus 2. So that's the whole deck. Sorry for the bad explaining, I don't know why I'm having trouble with that right now. So we're going to get onto the strides. My stride lineup is nowhere near done. So we have 2 Wildfire Mutant Deity Staggle Dipper. So he's actually pretty good. Counterblast 1, flips the League in the G zone. Choose up to 3 of your units, and they all get 1,000 power for each of your opponent's resting units, including Vanguard. 2 Parasphere. On placement of Vanguard, rest all of your opponent's units, and if your opponent has 3 rested, 3 or more, he gets plus 5k and you draw a card. This is from the new set. Dazzling Mutant Deity Waspy Tail. So its skill is if it hits, Soul Blast 1, flip something in the G zone. Choose one of your opponent's units, and all units in that row and column get stunned. So essentially, it can stun the whole field, except Vanguard, of course, which is really, really crazy. And then 4 G-Guards. When his unit is placed on the guard circle, if your opponent has 2 or more rested units, his card gets plus 5k. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the deck file. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Remember to rate, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.